Today is different. Today is not a lecture. Today is a mirror. Because a lot of us don't have anger problems, we have wound problems. And wounds don't announce themselves, they just pop up, they just show up, as reactions. So today we're going scene by scene through real life moments when a man loses their peace. And we're going to define what's underneath that moment. So stay tuned. Welcome to Built Within, the place where we challenge men to become better versions of themselves by looking at themselves. I am your host, Angel Hernandez, and I am truly glad that you're here. Episode 1 was the foundation. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Episode 2 is progress, because today we're going to recognize patterns you may have been using as your personality. And when you can name a pattern, you stop being controlled by it. Okay. But real quick, let's take a moment. If this is helping you, like and subscribe or follow the show if you're on audio. And if you want to support even more, leave a rating and a review. And I know I don't usually do this, y'all, but I believe by doing that, this can reach other men who don't have the words for what they're carrying. All right, let's dive right in. So here we go. Here's a quick definition. A soul wound is an injury that teaches you about yourself. Not a lie you say out loud, a lie you live from. And the lie becomes a filter, a lens, an operation system. Okay. So when life hits you, boom, hits you. Oops, I hit the mic. You don't respond from peace. You respond from protection, from being guarded. And a lot of us are walking around with old operating systems, written by pain, written by moments we never fully process. So even when we say we're changed, the same reactions keep showing up. That's why this matters, because your reaction is often a clue. It points to something deeper. Yeah. So here we go. For each scene today, I want you to think about 3 things: the moment, the lie underneath it, and the pattern it creates. Moment meaning method. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Moment meaning method. That's how a lot of wounds work. Something happens, you give it meaning, then you build a method to survive it. And that method follows you into adulthood. So let's get into the first scene. Okay. So in this first scene, say you walk into a room and people are there. Everybody's having a good time, but nobody acknowledges you. No head nod, no what up, bro, nothing. Your chest might start tightening. Your tone changes. You get sharp or you get cold. And maybe you tell yourself, I'm not tripping, am I? But your body's already reacting to it. This is the lie underneath that it might be, or that you might be hearing. I don't matter. I'm invisible. I'm not respected. And the pattern breaks looks like this. In the moment, you feel ignored. The meaning, I'm not valued. Method, you might get angry. You distance yourself, proving yourself, or you shut down. You're irritated all day after 2-second moment, but it wasn't really about 2 seconds. Mm-mm. It touched something deeper. Some of y'all don't have anger issues. You have a respect wound. You grew up having to fight, to be heard, or to prove your value. So now every little moment feels like a threat. And the grown man in you reacts, but it's really that younger version of you still trying to protect himself that you're reacting from. Here's scene two. Your partner brings up something, maybe something you did, maybe something you didn't do. It's it's not yelling, it's not disrespectful, but you feel attacked. You defend yourself. You explain. You raise your voice. Or what I used to do, you shut down. The lie under it might be, I'm failing. I'm not enough. I'm about to be rejected. And the pattern breakdown looks like this: moment, feedback. Meaning, I'm not good enough because they're giving me feedback. Method, you defend, blame shift, withdrawal, or escalate. A lot of men don't fear the conversation, they fear what the conversation means. They hear one correction and suddenly their mind goes to, I'm a bad husband. I'm a bad father. I'm a failure. Now you're not talking about issues anymore. You're fighting for your identity. So here's scene three. Plans change last minute. Ooh, this used to irritate me, y'all. Something unexpected happens and you feel anxiety. You start controlling the details. You control people. You control timing. You control outcomes. You call it being responsible. But inside, it feels like pressure. The lie underneath it might be, if I don't control it, I'm not safe. And the pattern breakdown looks like this, y'all. In that moment, it's uncertainty, meaning danger. I got to get control of this. Method, control, perfection, micromanaging, or frustration. That's not always leadership. That's something that's tied to fear, trying to look organized. Let's get into scene four. Something gets emotionally, not something, sorry. Someone gets emotionally close to you. They ask how you're doing. For real, they really ask. They ask what you're feeling, and suddenly you feel exposed. So you joke. You change the subject. You keep it surface level. The lie underneath it might be, if they see the real me, they'll leave. And the pattern breakdown looks like this: moment, intimacy, meaning risk. Method, humor, distance, avoidance, or silence. And now people think you're private, but maybe you're protected. Let's get into scene five. Someone disappoints you. They don't show up. They don't keep their word. They let you down. So you decide, I'm done trusting this person or trusting these people, whatever you want to say. You stop replying, you stop sharing, you stop expecting. The lie under it might be, trust gets you hurt. So I'm on my own. And the pattern breaks down, looks like this. That moment is disappointment, meaning I can't trust anyone anymore, or this person. Method: isolation, walls, hyper independence. And a lot of men call that strength, but sometimes it's just pain with good branding. Let's be clear about something. And wound is not an excuse, but it's an explanation. Okay. And explanations matter because confusion keeps you stuck. Some men say, like, something that just my personality. That's just how I am. That's how I was raised. But sometimes that personality is protection, and protection makes sense until it starts hurting you and hurting the people you love as well. Here's the progress today. You're learning to separate the moment for the meaning. And that matters because most men, and I was one of them, stay trapped because because not because they're weak, but because they never slow down enough to see what's really happening inside of them. You just keep what let me see. You just keep doing what you're doing. You never take the time to really look deeper. And if you recognize yourself in one of these scenes today, that's not weakness. That's recognition. That's awareness. That's the beginning of maturity. You're not broken because you have wounds. You're human. And the fact that you can name it, you're not asleep anymore. You're, what's that word? Woke. Some wound is an injury that teaches you a lie, and that lie shapes your reactions. But once you start recognizing the lie, you stop being ruled by it. You can be strong and still heal. You can lead and still heal. You can build and still heal. I keep saying still heal because that's important. And we're not doing this alone. We're building from within with the help of the Holy Spirit through Jesus Christ. Not religion, relationship. Not performance, transformation. Welcome to Built Within. Truly appreciate you guys for staying here, where we become better by looking at ourselves. And we're building from the inside out.